What will happen? She said, I don't know, Mama, I don't know. I may get murdered.
You had a fatwa against you, right?
Muslims, some Maulanas, they got offended and they have issued decree against me. This fellow entered our office with a long knife.
Oh my God.
Went and had brought kerosene and poured on me in our bedroom.
Oh gosh.
Took our daughter and he put it on my feet and begged. I fought for the right to write.
You're living this rock star life at 77.
77, that is it.
Hi. Welcome to Bookcast. It's a podcast where writers tell their stories and not necessarily the ones they've told on the page. It's powered by Bookscape, a virtual online bookstore with over 4 million titles, and all of them are piracy-free. My name is Mandira Nayar, and I spent the past 20 years reading for a living. I am very excited to welcome our guest for the show. She is possibly my favorite writer of the year, and considering the number of books that come with publishing, that's very, very rare to say. Banu Mushtaq is now a household name. Her book, Heart Lamp, won the International Booker Prize recently, and it has made history. At 76, Banu blazed onto the international literary scene, like the fireflies that she talks about as she accepted International Booker Prize. This book is special for very many reasons. It's the first Kannada book to have won the international prize. Wonderful, wonderful stories that haven't really been discovered, and it's wonderful that we can be able to do that now. It is also the first time that a short story possibly has won the International Booker. Banu at 76 has broken every stereotype. It's very rare for a writer at that age to win a Booker for the first book that she ever wrote. Her book, The Heart Lamp, won the International Booker Prize. It is the first time a Kannada book has won the International Booker. So with that, she brings in this whole new cultural tradition for everybody to dive into English. And it's a wonderful, wonderful idea to do that. So welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I would really actually like to start off with asking you that, it's been a while since you won the Booker, right? And it was a moment that really changed the literary landscape.
Yes.
But how did it change your life?
Throughout this Booker award.
This one.
Booker, it is a 360-degree turn in my life. Earlier, I was writing whenever I felt like, and I used to go to court as a lawyer, and used to write even journalistic writing also.
Yeah.
And I used to have a good sleep, and I used to have time to time good food, everything at home comforts.
Yeah.
Now I don't have all these facilities.
You mean the book has made you have sleepless nights?
Yes, I don't get sleep because it will be late night programs, late night interviews.
Yeah.
Per day I give about 4 to 5 interviews.
My God, that's a lot.
Yes, that's a lot. And then people will be talking on phone also, and I need to attend programs, each and everything, and I have to travel a lot.
Yeah.
All these things, it has changed entirely my schedule and my life and my perception, everything. It has changed.
I can imagine. It is also what is really interesting is that you're living this rock star life at 77.
77, that is there. It should have happened 10 years earlier. I wish like that.
But you still certainly have the energy, and in some ways it is wonderful, right?
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. It is very rare for a writer to achieve fame with their first book at the age of 77, right? And by usually, if you look at the literary world, that is when writers sort of become reclusive. Okay, right? You sort of step off. You're sort of invisible as a woman anyway.
Yes,
you sort of find yourself invisible.
That's what happens,
right?
Yes.
So can you talk about how you think in many ways, and your book really talks about the lives of women.
Yes.
And you've talked about making the need to make women visible, right? Can you talk about how, in many ways, this is also breaking a glass ceiling? It is about becoming visible at a point of time when most women become invisible.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I was always in the media as a journalist.
Yes.
Or as a person who was interviewed, I was there, but not at this pace.
Yeah.
I was cool, and whenever I wanted, I could have used all these facilities. But now, when most of the women are used to be invisible at this age, I'm quite visible. That is what you told was true. And I think it is too much media visibility. And I want to restrain myself. I don't want to get exposed to so much now. Because day to day, I'm telling, because in an author, you want to know about the work, about the characters, and about the life of the author also. That is what people are interested.
Yeah.
And there's a common thing that they go on tagging some of the characters or events with the life of the author also. And they have got a lot of speculation.
Yeah.
That's why they want to know, they need to know, they have a right to know also about an author. Because they are not satisfied only about the work of the author.
Yeah.
What, challenges she has faced and how she has come out, and he or she. And what were the special occasions where she was broken, everything they want to know.
Yeah.
So that, and I want to talk on these terms because it will give some hope to some of them. They will interpret, they will identify, and they will know that our situation is same as this author, and she has come out of it, and now she is successful, and we have got hope. We will also be somebody, some XYZ in our future life. And there will be particularly a lot of women who are broken. You see, we have seen so many things in 70s, 80s, whenever I used to read the newspaper, I used to see a lot of news items wherein it was stated that a newlywed bride, some stove was burst. A newly wed bride, she hanged herself due to stomach ache. See, for 20-25 years, she never had stomach ache. But immediately after, when she came to her husband out, she
suddenly got
that
stomach,
thing. So when I used to read all these things, I got worried. See, why these women commit suicide? Why these women lose hope in their life? That's what. And we had some feministic movements also, so that the provisions of IPC were amended, like 498A and 304B, etc. And we had very beautiful and catchy slogans also to attract the people. We used to say in our programs and in the road when we marched, we used to say, yes, dear, yes. I said I will marry you but not carry you.
Yeah.
They were our favorite statements. But even then, I realized that these women, I know there is some class differentiation.
Of course.
The women of higher class, higher range, they are free to do and they know how to live their own life. And the women from the very lower economical sphere, they are also not bothered. They are also into their own comfort zones. But the women who are of middle class, they have got all the baggages
of everything
loaded
else
on them.
Yeah.
And they want to care about the family honor, and they want to care about the, family, children, her marital home, matrimonial, everything they have to care about it. And these are the invisible women who have not been heard till now in my own way. They have been heard. The women's expression is there, already there. I don't deny it. But in my style,
true.
They have not been heard till then. And I want that the world should hear their voices. They should be noticed. All their, challenges, struggles, and the cruelty meted on them, it should be registered and noted. And something should be done towards these women and the women who want to commit suicide due to the, severe conditions in their in-laws home, they should be given a lease of hope to live. That's why I started writing.
So, since you brought this up, I wanted to talk to you about the short story, which is the title short story, Heart Lamp, right?
Heart Lamp, yeah.
And at the end of the short story, there is Mehrul who pours kerosene on herself and is going to light the match. It is a story that is from very much of your life itself.
Yes, of course, there are high similarities between one's own life and the life of other women also. Because after my marriage, I tried to get higher education. I was a graduate when I got married, and I was a high school teacher. And I resigned from the job as agreed earlier to marriage. And afterwards, I wanted to pursue higher education, or I wanted to write. I fought for the right to write.
You fought for the right to write. That's wonderful.
Yes. So it could not happen because I was a wife and a mother, and that too living in a joint family of about 13 children.
My God.
And my husband was the eldest. He being from a business family, he had responsibilities, but he never had any voice. Because eldest son, he has made into a different thing in our system. So he was helpless. And though he wished, he could not help his wife. Thereby, lot of quarrels ensued between us. I thought it is enough as a marriage because it was 2 or 3 years of our marriage, and I had given birth to a baby girl. And I think I may had that postpartum depression to me, and I was depressed because I could not pursue my passion. And quarrels ensued between me and husband, though he was very loving, caring, everything. But I was in a different state of mind. And one day, while quarreling, he was fed up and he slept with the child. And I went and had brought kerosene and poured on me in our bedroom. And luckily, suddenly he got up because he smelled something, and he got up, and when he saw the situation, he was shocked. He just hugged me and requested me, and he took our daughter and he put it on my feet and begged not to do any such havoc. And he said he could not live without me, and all the emotional thing happened. And then within a few seconds, or say within few minutes, I realized I was going to commit a greatest blunder, and I came out of that situation. And then he thought it is somewhat very serious situation. If I am not allowed to pursue my passion, he may lose me. Then he took some courage, and the result was both of us were asked to leave the home.
That's
penniless.
Oh gosh.
That was the situation.
So it took it. You said he took some courage, but it took a lot of courage also.
Yes, lot of courage.
But also for you to use that episode in your life to write about. And
I don't know whether when I wrote about Mehrun, I thought I might have thought that situation may be in my mind or may not be. But now when I read, there are some similarities I see, because she pleads with her brother, allow me to go to college, I will wear hijab and go. I will study even under restrictions. That was also my position. Any condition may be imposed, and I would pursue my education, or I will write something, and I need some environment for that. You cannot write simply. With your empty mind, and without any emotions, and without any you cannot write anything. And my husband used to say, I will get reams of paper, I would get you hundreds of pens, you write whatever. I never, whatever means what? But I should feel, no?
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of, academic research to write a story. That's not my habit.
Yeah.
People are my research. Whenever I will be in a program or meeting somebody, I will just watching them very keen. Their facial expression, their dialogues delivery, their thought process, everything. I will be watching them, and it gives me a lot of experience. Yeah. It gives me a lot of flashes in my mind. I don't want to go for any academic research, and I don't do it, but because to a creative work, only having academic research, it brings artificiality in your creative. True. It should stem out from your heart.
Yeah, very much like Heart Lamp, right? Yes. It sort of stirs your heart. Yes. I wanted to ask you, there are so many stories here, and all of them, as you said, are from life, right? They're minutely observed. It's almost cinematic the way you describe them. Everybody has their favorite stories. I think that the story about Yusuf and his mother and his wife, Akhila, is an incredible one, because here is this man who is trying to get his mother remarried. She's a widow.
Yes.
And what I thought was very interesting about the story is the fact that Akhila, who could have been as a Saas Kabhi Bahu Thi type of daughter-in-law, because she hates her mother-in-law, could have been a black and white character. Right?
Yes.
Yet in all the landscape that you have, whether it is Akhila or the woman who talks about, who forgets to bring the shroud.
Yes. Yes.
You have compassion, right? None of them are black and white characters.
And even in Red Lungi.
Even in Red Lungi, right?
Yes.
The woman who insists on doing this because she does not want to hear the sound of the children, right?
Yes.
Summer holidays are awful.
Yes.
So how do you sort of keep that? Why is it, what is it about the fact that you do not do black and white characters? How is it? Is it life?
Yeah, in life also you don't get black and white characters. I think somebody might be highly villainous, we may feel, but there is always there will be some goodness stemming out.
Yeah, there's a sense of humanity. Yeah.
Nobody is totally bad or totally good. And there are great characters also. And there are, let me say, compassion will also be there in there. We call Rakshasa a demon. And we call him Rakshasa Mama.
Yeah. Kans.
Yeah.
Yes.
In our folklore,
yes,
we refer as there might be some witch character also.
Yeah.
And we call her Chikkappa, our grandma, aunt.
Yeah.
We have got relationship with all the goodness and with all the badness.
Yeah.
And it is how those things are predicted in my works, because I see people, I see them, how odd they react. And we consider them as very bad people. And they will be showing lot of empathy at sometimes. And I just wonder about this character also. People, and we have to observe. Simply we have to observe the people. That's all.
So, you just talked about Rakshasa, the thing you said in your language. In many ways, your writing in Kannada and sort of making history in it was also an act of defiance, right? Can you talk about the fact that actually in your house, it is your Dakhini Urdu is your mother tongue, right? But you choose to write in Kannada.
Yes.
Because your father took you to a Kannada medium school, right?
Yes.
And you defied the principal who said, you have only 3 months to learn or you will listen. Yes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes.
About this incident?
Yeah, this what happened was my father was a senior health inspector. And he was employed at a town called Arsikere. And then I was about, I think, for 6 years, they got me admitted to some Urdu school.
Yeah.
And for 2 years, I was unable to read or write anything.
Okay.
And it was so funny that when I was born, then there were some Brahmins who were good friends of my father. They wrote a Jatka, Jatka?
Yeah.
And they took my date of birth and time of birth, everything, and they had some Jatka written and they handed over to my father. There he read, and afterwards I too read it, that this girl is going to be world famous by writing lot of books.
Wow.
Yes.
My God, everybody will now want to know the name of the Brahman. Because this is...
I don't know how it happened. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yes.
But it was there. And he believed it.
Hmm.
And he was so proud of me. But the thing was, he was very fair, tall, with green and blue eyes, everything. He looked like he's a French born. And I was the eldest firstborn who was always called as Kali Kaloti.
Oh gosh.
Yes, that was my special title everywhere. And even then, he was very fond of me. He loved me a lot. And she helped me in many ways to develop my personality. And then when I never studied for 2 years, he got worried. How this Jatka says something else.
And she's not
and
studying.
This girl, she is displaying something else. And when he got worried, at the same time, he was transferred to next district, Shumaga. And there there was a coincidence. It so happened. His district health office were very close to a convent, Christian convent. And he thought it better so that he can drop and pick me up, which is nearby to his office. So he went and inquired there. There, the sisters, they told me, normally Muslim girls, they don't learn Kannada. We will give her 3 to 6 months time. If she is able to read and write, then we will allow her to continue her. Otherwise, we will hand over her TC, and then you should not object, and they took undertaking from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what triggered me or what made me, or whether I was attracted towards Kannada or whatever it is. I started studying. Within a week, I studied all the alphabets, and within 15 days, I studied all the Kagunika, Kaka, everything I learned. And I started reading and writing as well. And my father was so happy. He brought me so many children books.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I duly read them. I was very fond of reading from the childhood itself. I read all of them, and promptly I cut and pasted something and showed it to him that I have written a story. Though he knew whatever I have done, then he was so happy and he encouraged me. He said, "You done a good job. You can continue writing. It's a very beautiful story." He would encourage me.
So in some ways, it was foretold. It was that you were going to be a writer, and it was a role that you took on. I would be interested in knowing how Kannada and Urdu, these two languages, add value. How does it interact in your head when you write?
Yeah, it's a great help for me. Because though I never studied Urdu in the initial stage, further my grandfather, who was a teacher, he was worried about me. Being a Muslim girl, if she does not acquainted with the Muslim culture, Muslim religious principles, it will be very hard for her. He decided, and vehemently he tried me to teach Urdu. And I learned fast with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am a fast learner. Everything I will learn fast. I don't know what happened to my Urdu in the
maybe you had a bad teacher.
Stage. And he taught me Urdu, he taught me Arabic, and he taught me reading Quran. Writing we cannot do Arabic. Only we can read it and see the meaning. And it helped me a lot. Because my husband is a very good, he was a Urdu student.
Okay.
He had a second language was Urdu in throat is Kannada, and he was he is very much interested in Shero Shairi.
Oh, wonderful.
He conducts so many mushairas there, everything. He's involved in literary activities. And with his act, it also influenced me. And with all these things, and my reading habits is too much. Whatever I get, I start reading. And when I don't get Kannada books or English books, I started reading Urdu books.
Okay.
And all these things, it gave me a concept of composite culture.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. It gave me the feeling of diversity as well as inclusiveness. and it give let me say a complete secular personality also.
Yeah.
Because in no culture, it preaches people to divide.
Yeah.
Everybody has got the good relationship, family. Everybody has the family. If even you pinch somebody, it pays to Hindu, to Muslim, to Christian, everybody. So this understanding, this universality, and this composite culture, it helped me to retain my secular principles, secular culture, and to be secular minded. But it is very hard, because if you want to be secular, you have to move on double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Either way, it cuts. Because only the core Hindu or core Muslims, they are regarded as the better people, not the secular ones.
Yeah.
But there are a lot invisible people who really honor the principles of secularism, who want to have a peaceful neighborhood.
Yeah.
They want to love people. They want to have a humanitarian approach, and they have got lot of empathy. But those people, they doesn't have voice, doesn't have courage enough to face these situations, and I stand with them also.
So the silent majority in many
Yes.
ways.
Yes.
So, you talk really about, one of the things that you said was, of course, secularism, but it was also about equality and patriarchy.
Yes.
And you had a fatwa against you, right? And your family was boycotted for about 3 months. I wanted to talk about the support that you have, of the fact that courage to go against, to sort of stand up when nobody was talking to you. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I want to tell about my mother at this juncture. She's, say, about 14 years older to me. She was a child bride when she got married. At the age of 12 years, at the age of 13 years, she became a woman. And at 14, I was born to her. She is not highly literate. She can read Urdu, and she can write, that's all. And she doesn't know anything. But I think all her children, they are educated people. By interacting with me, with all those people, she learned even somewhat English, and she had lot of experience over the years. And when this thing was happening, I was residing on the first floor of my mother's home, because it will be easier for my children to be taken care of about my mother.
Yeah.
And at that time, one day, when all this drama was going high, she came to the first floor. There was some internal staircase also was there, and she came there, and she asked me, I just don't understand what is happening with you. Can you explain to me? Then I said, say, Mama, what happened? I got an award for a book, and the journalist asked me whether the Dalit leaders, they are fighting for the entry to temple, and they are getting successful, and Muslim women is also not allowed to enter the temple or masjid. Are you going to, stage protest against it? And then I said, no, the religion allows women to go to mosque and pray. It is only the patriarchy of the South Asia countries which is preventing them. So that some Maulanas, not all the Muslims, some Maulanas, they got offended and they have issued decree against me. She said, is that so? She had gone to Hajj. See, I have gone to Hajj. I have visited some of the, Arabic countries, and there I have gone to many more mosques and I have prayed myself there. And what you have told is not wrong. You are in a right path. And then what is bothering you? She told me, you are in a right path. Then what is bothering you? I couldn't understand. I kept quiet. Then he said, I know you have got 3 daughters. You are worried about their future. and you are worried about their education and their marriage, everything. And you do one thing. Till my last breath, I will take care of these girls as my own.
Wow.
You go and fight. You are in the right path. What will happen? She said, I don't know, Mama, I don't know. I may get murdered. That is the situation. I told. Then she said, even in that case, I will look after all your daughters. You are on the right path. You go and fight. Let us see what will happen.
Wow.
This thing, this familial bond, the care and the concern of my family members, that gave me sufficient courage to fight back.
And you have. I mean, I think, and I wanted to, while we've talked about your mother, I also wanted to bring back the love story of your life, okay? Because in Heart Lamp and all the short stories that you have, even whether it is the first one where Shaista, the Palace for Shaista, which is about this man and his wife and him being in love with her.
Yes.
There is each story, there is love. I mean, there's family.
Yes.
And then there is love. And you do have somewhat of an equal sort of relationship between the thing that, there is a bond between the husband and the wife.
Yes.
Your husband saw you when you were a fiery young college girl and used to go and listen to your lectures. Can you talk about why you chose him?
Yes. He used to follow me in my college days.
Yes.
He was senior to me for 2 years. And he was very fond of about my Kannada. He is a Urdu speaking and a Urdu knowing person. And he was very fond of my Kannada. I participated in debating society and I won prizes. I participated in literary clubs and always prize was, exclusively meant for me. And he was highly impressed by my activities. And we developed intimacy with each other. And we decided to marry. Because what I have seen in my family is my father, my grandfather, my brothers, they are younger to me even than my brothers, everybody. The tradition and culture in our family was all of them respected women a lot. They had high regards towards women. Yeah, that culture I saw in my husband also. That's why we had more than any physical attraction. He respected me for the activities I was in, and I respected him for his thought process. That he respected women. That was the great thing between us. But we were not allowed to get married till 7 years of our friendship or
courtship. Wow.
Yes, courtship, because I was not liked by his family members because I'm an outspoken person. I won't hide anything. I would say on the face of anybody, daily I will tell it. And they never liked it. A woman should be submissive.
Yeah.
She should control her tongue. That was their view. And at my parental home, it was, they were all of them, they were into government service. And he was into business. They thought he may not get any economic security and they were hesitant to get me married to him. So even after 7 years, I am the eldest daughter and he was the eldest boy. Until and unless we get married, the others will not get clearance certificate. Somehow that's why they said, okay, let them go and do whatever. They'll let us get married to them. So it was a love come and arranged marriage.
So, you have this, he stops you from the time when you almost set yourself on fire. But you have this wonderful story about him bursting out of the bathroom with, like Akshay Kumar, when a man came with a knife to stab you. Can you talk about that?
Yes. So what happened when this controversy was going on? It was between some of the local Muslims and myself. Not even my husband was involved in it because all of them respected him also. And at that time, one day earlier, I had purchased a new car and it was parked in the road. And one fellow came with a hammer and completely damaged the car. And I was shocked. I never knew who did it, and nobody was telling me who did it. Everybody was concealing his identity. And then I sent it once again to the showroom and everything. And next day, the same fellow, but my husband was furious. He was searching as to who was the culprit. Next day, it was in the first floor of my mother's home, and it was a short space. There was one door entering to our hall drawing room, and there was another door for opening to my office. And normally, it was first floor. We never used to close the doors because we were working in the office. All my staff had gone to the court. Myself and with my 2 junior colleagues, we were sorting out the files of that day to take. At that time, this fellow entered our office with a long knife.
Oh my God.
And it was highly unexpected.
Yeah.
And those 2, my junior colleagues, they started shouting. And then they got scared and they kept quiet. And I saw the situation and I sensed danger. And somehow positioning, himself towards the hall.
Yeah.
And I towards the door of the hall so that I make a escape.
Yeah.
I came into the hall. And then those 2 colleagues, they shouted, shouting once again.
Yeah.
And he was not allowing me to run to the door. And at that time, all of a sudden, the door of the washroom was open and my husband emerged there. And he kicked him from the behind and he dropped down and he put him and he placed him on the sofa. And previous night we had seen the Akshay Kumar film.
So he got his Akshay Kumar fix.
Yes, standing on one leg, he would turn straight away and you punch him on the face.
Very much the hero.
Yes.
So
he had gone to shop. He was not at home.
Yeah.
He has gone to shop at 9:30. It was his usual time. But somehow, I don't know. Yeah, there is a fate. I think, I don't know. I can't interpret some of my incidents in my life.
Yeah.
He had returned home from the main door and he was in the washroom.
Yeah.
He had some upset gut problem and he was there. But when he heard shoutings, he sensed danger and when he opened the door, actually this fellow was, and he could understand what was happening.
Yeah.
And he took the situation into control.
My God, that's wonderful. So
all are filmy incidents. How they are happening to me.
Truly filmy incident. Because after this, and I have heard that this man goes to jail.
Yes, he was handed over to police. An FIR was filed against him.
And then he appeals to your daughter, who becomes an advocate.
Yes.
And then he goes to tell her and he says that I have children and can you please ask your mother to ensure that I do not get sentenced. And you go in front of the magistrate. He's a woman and you want to take back the charge.
Please get me acquitted.
Yes, please
I did a wrong thing to your mom. And he started advocating with her.
Yes, I know. And then what was the most interesting bit is that he comes out of jail and he comes back to your house.
Yes. When he got released, he came back to my home. He was standing near the gate. I drive myself my car. When I came driving my car, I saw this fellow. I got alert.
Yeah.
I never stopped there.
Yeah.
I continued and I went to shop and I asked my husband to accompany me. He came with the car and he was driving. I was sitting by the side of the seat. And when I came near the home, I called him, "Come here, why are you standing there?" I asked him. And then he said, "Oh no, I'm very thankful to you that you got me released and I'm going to home. It is so many years since I was in judicial custody. So please give me 600 rupees. I want to take sweets." Exactly 600 rupees.
And you gave him 600 rupees to get
Yes,
sweets.
I gave him 600 rupees and said, get lost, don't show your home face to me once again. Once again, I will send you to jail if at all see you. I warned him and gave him 600 rupees.
See, so I don't think anybody has had this. And this is what is wonderful about the short stories you've written. There is a certain absurdity to life.
Yes.
That you find the space in doing, right?
Yes.
But so, you have broken everything. I remember speaking to your husband after you'd won the Booker, and he said there is nothing that she cannot do. Her USP is that you cannot say no to her, right? If you say no, she will go ahead and do it. Okay.
Yeah, you talk to him.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you, what else can you say? What else has somebody tried to say no to Banu Mushtaq and she has done it just because they've said no? Apart from riding a bike, apart from learning this thing, what else? What are the other rebellions that we don't know of?
I can do anything. I can do anything in life. See, I will tell you. I was the first person to install computer in my office. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
But I learned it. I start handling my computer and I'm expert in it. I do everything. Next, when I purchased car and I started learning driving, and I drive myself from from 90. 90 means 35 years I'm driving my own vehicle. And about 5 years back, I went to Bahrain to my daughter Lubna, the same advocate. Now she's a corporate advocate at Bahrain. I went to her home. They have a private pool. And then I started swimming.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to learn swimming.
Okay.
And I learned swimming.
Wow.
Yes. If I want to do something, I will do it.
Yeah.
If I decide, I will do it. That is, and my husband knows about it.
So that's another thing. So now you're going to also write your autobiography.
Yes, I'm writing. It is in the process.
And you said that, you've been, a lot of the past few months has been sort of lots of space where you have had sleepless nights. So where do you find time to write?
Yeah, normally, because I can write if I decide to write.
See, yes, you can do anything.
That is my inbuilt, I think, some talent. If I want to decide to write, I can write when I travel in the flight also.
Okay.
I start writing. And whenever I need, even between the files, when the files are called in the court, between the files also, I will write there. Because most of the advocates, they will be drafting something in the court and they're not bothered about I'm doing legal drafting or creative writing. I will be simply writing there. And time is, and another thing, I use some technology to write. I don't write by hand.
Okay.
I don't even type.
Okay.
I use an app.
Oh.
Speech to text.
Oh, okay. So, like a voice note.
Yeah, like. And when I start, I don't write story, I tell story. Storytelling, I'll start on the app, on the mobile. And it will start dictating and it will start writing in Kannada.
Yeah, okay.
And afterwards, I will ask my staff to get print out. And whatever necessary changes are needed, I will do it. And by that way, it helped me in various other ways. One thing is, I will not get disturbed. And the flow will be there. Even if I close my eyes, it is the app doesn't get bothered. It will go on writing.
Of course. Yes.
And by visualizing, I start telling it. It comes before my eyes or before my mind, whatever you say. I just visualize things. Whenever you see something in front of you, you can write easily, no? Those things come to me, and that gives me a very nice feeling. Storytelling is very good rather than story writing.
Yeah, you're right. And those are how the stories we grew up with, right?
Yes.
It was always the story that you told, the dastan, this in the story that you heard at night.
Yes.
That sort of was the one, which is why it captures your imagination.
Yes, yes.
So, we've talked about Heart Lamp, which is the main story, which is based in some ways eerily like your life. And I wanted to ask you, out of all of these, which is your favorite story?
No, I can't say which is my favorite because all are my children.
They're all your children, yes.
Yeah, all are my children. And I don't have any favorites or some other thing. I love them. I like them in my own way because every story has got it's a different quality. And now the thing is, it is about 6 story collection.
Yeah.
Which are compiled into one book as Hasina and other stories.
Yeah.
And there are about, say, 50 to 60 stories are there. And Deepa Bhasthi has translated 12 of them. She selected 12 of them. And another 15 stories are now being translated.
Okay.
Shortly, you may get that also in English.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 stories. And at the same time, my 7th collection in Kannada, it is also being launched. There is one novel by name Kubra that is also under publication, and it will be published very shortly. And at the same time, there is another novel also.
So it's like we're going to have a spate of one whole bookshelf for
yes.
for Banu Mushtaq, right?
Yes, yes. And all these things there. And I had published one, poetry collection also.
Yeah.
And these people, they are asking the English translation also. And that is also in process. Some, translator by them, Kamalakar Bhatt, he's translating them. Already he has done most of the work, and it may also be get published very soon.
Oh, wow.
So all these things, they are in process.
In process.
Yes.
So tell me, do you approach poetry differently from prose?
Prose?
Meaning, when you write poetry, is it different from when you're writing your novel or you're writing a short story? Is there a different way you look at it?
No, I consciously I plan and write a story. Poetry, I don't have any plan. It simply dawns on me.
Yeah.
Then I record, that's all.
Yeah.
There is nothing in me. It comes to me.
It comes to you. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll write the poetry.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say poetry comes to the poet. But it's rare for people to do both, in the sense that it's difficult listening to it. So on this note, I would like to thank everybody, and thank you so much for being part of this.
Yes.
It was an incredible conversation.
A very interesting talk.
Yes, I know. We had this thing, and I'm very excited that there's going to be many more Banu Mushtaqs on my bookshelf.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you for being here. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you so much for being part of this.
Yes.
It was an incredible conversation.
A very interesting talk.
Yes, I know. We had this thing, and I'm very excited that there's going to be many more Banu Mushtaqs on my bookshelf.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
Huge thanks to listeners of Bookscape, and please go through my book Hot Lamp, which is available in Bookscape, and thank you once again.
Okay, so if you liked hearing the podcast, please like, share and subscribe to bookscape.com. It is the virtual bookstore with over 4 million titles, all of them piracy free. Thank you so much. Until the next episode.